Well, hopefully the audio is going to be okay because I'm back to using the Cruddy camera out here. I'm going to remove the hand primer assembly so that I can get it on the workbench and see down in that bore. And also I'm going to be able to take this nut out and see what's in there for seals. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this line and that line. Alright, well I got this top line off and I started to undo the bottom line, and it's really kind of tough to get at. And then it occurred to me, I tried turning these screws. There's actually nuts on the back, so it's hard to get to the back of this plate and get a little wrench on those nuts because of all the gunk that's behind there. And this line on the bottom that I can't get off easily actually just wraps right around to the other side of the filter there. So I think what I'm going to do is, now with this line disconnected, if I get that screw out, that bolt out right there, and that bolt out, the whole bracket's going to come out with the primer attached to it and the filter assembly, because I've already got it disconnected from the pump. Well, this is definitely the way to work on this. That was a lot easier to take that out, and that way I can now get to those nuts on the back side and take the primer off of this bracket really easy. I put the cap screws back in the side of the block so I wouldn't misplace them. Interesting little note, the right hand cap screw, it looks like a little bit of oil started dripping out of that hole. So I don't think, the right hand one, I don't think at least, is not a blind hole. I think it goes right through into the crankcase. Don't know about the left hand one, but might have to put some sealant on the threads of that bolt. Well, here's my parts book that came with the tractor. I actually got a part number for the hand pump right here, a 603674-ASA. Problem is, that's an Oliver part number, and I've already learned that that's pretty much useless to me. I haven't been able to do anything with any Oliver numbers so far. I'll Google it and see what I can come up with, but I don't hold out much hope there. I've also got part numbers for all the individual service parts. There's the seal near the outer part, and there's the piston seal right there, and it looks like what's inside that bore is, let's see, parts 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 is an O-ring, 3 is an O-ring, 4 is the valve, 5 is a spring, and 4 is another O-ring. 4 is an O-ring, 5 is a valve, 4 is another valve. Calling those things valves, I wonder what those look like. Guess we'll find out when I take it apart. And 6 is a gasket. Huh. Alright. Okay. Back down inside at the basement workbench. And took those two little screws off the bracket with ease. And I've sprayed this down with some gunk engine degreaser because it's got plenty of grease and dirt buildup on the outside of the body. So I'm going to clean this up really well and see if there aren't any part numbers on it. You can already see that it clearly says Roosa Master on this side. So let's go give it a rinse. Well, I don't see any numbers on this. Oh, wait a minute. There's something right there. Gotta clean that up a little bit more right there and see what we got. Alright, so what I've got for a part number is right here. I don't know if the camera's gonna focus on that or not, but see if I can get the focus. Come on, camera. Supposed to be in macro mode. There we go. So anyways, it looks like, when I look at it on the magnification, it looks like a 18976. That's pretty definite. That's a 18976. And then below it is stamped a B. Then it looks like there's just a space. And then a number 2. And of course it is a Roosa Master. So next question we have is, what's the deal with this piston? In other words, I talked about how this seal obviously is what seals it when it's closed. In other words, when you're not pumping, this seal seals fuel from coming out. I notice it's very loose. I'm thinking maybe it's not supposed to be that loose. But there's nothing on this part right here, so when this is going in and out, this isn't going to pump anything. Because look at the size of that bore. So let's see if we can't get, let's see if that isn't something that comes out down the bottom there. Mystery solved. This is what was down inside there. This is the piston. It's a double lip, like almost like a double lip seal. And what's supposed to happen is this is supposed to stay on this like this. The rubber's all dried and cracked. No wonder why it came out. This had gotten stuck in the bore, so at some point when somebody went to pull this out on an outstroke, this was stuck, and it just kind of so we're going to see if we can't get a rebuild kit for this, which will hopefully come with this seal, and then there must be some sort of a check valve in here. It looks like I can see a spring down in there. So we're going to take this nut off, and that'll open this up, and we'll be able to get the get those little components out, clean what needs to be cleaned, and replace what needs to be replaced, hopefully. Alright, let's go make some phone calls or do some parts research or something.